I am quitting caffeine again. When will I ever learn? Why is coffee so good? Do 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 do. Vegan prepper. Do 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 do. Vegan prepper. It's just a super short video today because I really don't have energy for much else. But this is basically day 2 of no coffee whatsoever for me. And I am drinking caffeinated tea. I'm doing a taper. I normally like to quit cold turkey, but I can't. Life is too busy right now, see? And I want to start over, but I feel like I shouldn't start over because I think this is really important. It's funny, I was going to film it and talk about it after, but I was realizing that possibly filming it right now would be more potent to possibly get my point across. So I've talked a lot lately on the channel about securing our bug out preps, especially with the things that are going on in the world. And sorry. Just whether it's potential conflicts, potential need to bug out with like whatever type of conflict might happen. The train derailment situation over in Ohio, obviously for probably 99 out of 100 scenarios, bugging in is going to be your best bet. But there are those random scenarios where bugging out may be required, whether you're evacuated, you have to go somewhere, and you end up in an emergency situation. And so when I was thinking about the necessity of getting my bug out preps together, I realized I have to quit caffeine again. So as a rule, I don't like to be addicted to caffeine because I feel like it makes you vulnerable in an emergency situation. And so especially with the idea that if we got evacuated and we were in an emergency situation, you do not want to be going through caffeine withdrawal in a situation like that, especially if you are in, a potentially risky scenario, if you need to have all your wits about you, full faculty, you're walking, you're being required to do physical work or physical, whatever, anything. If you're just basically required to be cognizant and fully awake, you don't want to be going through caffeine withdrawal. So basically, my withdrawal is not as bad right now because I'm doing a taper, even though, like I said, I normally like to quit cold turkey, but I don't have like 2 days to devote to being, completely just like out of the picture for my family. Like everything is too busy. I have to be at least somewhat available, even if I'm kind of in a fog and I'm kind of not quite with it. That's better than me being, horizontal, taking like my 5th nap of the day. So for me, when I go through caffeine withdrawal, I end up extremely exhausted. Then I joke that I don't take naps. Sometimes I get so tired the naps just take me. And that's what happens when I'm going through like full on caffeine withdrawal, cold turkey, or cold tofu, as I like to say. And I just suddenly go horizontal and I'm asleep. I get so tired, and then I get such horrible migraine headache. And even right now I have just a tiny little pinprick of a headache kind of starting here, and it hasn't gotten any worse, but it can be pretty bad. So anyway, all that to say, consider it. It's, sometimes people talk a lot about not having enough money to prep. And certainly in a lot of ways, that can be an issue if you don't have money for certain equipment or whatever. But there are plenty of free ways to prep out there. And honestly, a lot of times the free ways are like the least fun place because it's fun to shop and get new stuff and get new gear. It is really not fun to do things like quit caffeine. And so that is a potential completely free prep. In fact, it might even make you some money if you're no longer buying coffee and things like that. But to be able to be, 100% free of any kind of dependency on anything, especially something that has as dramatic a withdrawal effect as caffeine, I think it's just such a great step to take. And yeah, I know that this video has probably not been super, I don't know, coherent, but like I said, I feel like it's important that I'm not filming this all like bright-eyed and over it. Imagine, like I said, I'm doing a taper, and yeah, if I went cold turkey, it would have been worse. But imagine being in an emergency situation and being like your brain is like flint and steel striking and just not making any sparks. That's kind of how I feel right now. It's like my brain is just kind of like dink, 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 dink. No sparks whatsoever. So just imagine, like, it would be a very bad thing. I do hear people talking about prepping coffee, but how would you do it for like an emergency situation? Anyway, all right, that's it. So I'm going to actually leave now. Sorry, guys. I'll see you hopefully when I'm over this. Okay, see you guys later. Bye. Yeah, as always, I hope the rest of your day is good and your life stays wonderful. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.